If you want a great kick serve, then you need to follow an effective training program. That's exactly what this video series will lay out for you step by step. Once you've mastered a correct kick serve swing path using video 1 and a correct toss position in video 2 of this serve series, it's time to pour fuel on the fire by using the legs more actively and explosively. That starts with a great knee bend, which Kevin is practicing here in progression 1 of today's training. He's actively loading his lower body while switching back and forth between a platform stance, which starts with the feet wide and keeps them wide, and a pinpoint stance, which starts with the feet wide and then draws them together. In both cases, he's bending just short of 90 degrees at the knees, which is right in the ballpark of most professional players. When you practice, pick the stance that you're used to using and just stick with that one. Next, Kevin is going to practice his lower body load while focusing exclusively on rotating his upper body and hips. As he alternates between pinpoint and platform stances to demonstrate good use of both, notice how his hips turn to be perpendicular to the baseline, while his shoulders rotate a solid 45 degrees past that. This actively coils the torso while his legs are bending and storing energy below the waist. Combining the two together builds massive potential for acceleration up and through the ball to create both power and spin. Without executing all of this together with a good swing path, quality kick serves are extremely difficult to achieve. Be sure to spend time practicing each element individually so you don't get overwhelmed. In this third progression, Kevin is going to practice using all of that stored energy from bending and coiling by unwinding and driving up into an imaginary contact point. As he demonstrates both pinpoint and platform executions, notice how both feet are leaving the court and his front foot touches down first. To help him balance, he's kicking his back leg out like a baseball pitcher just before he touches down and then bringing his back foot forward to join his front one. This driving, landing, and balancing of the lower body is something missing from the service motions of most players, and adding it can dramatically improve all of your deliveries, not just the kick serve. Before you head to the courts to practice, make sure to download our free kick serve action plan PDF so you can quickly remember which drills to do while you're there. Simply click the first link in the description of this video and tell us where to send it. Now Kevin is going to progress further by practicing moving to his trophy pose, loading, driving, and landing all together without a ball. To practice pinpoint stance, we recommend you start with your feet together to take out the variable of sliding your back foot forward at first, simply so you can really focus on coordinating the rest of your body, especially if all these movements are new for you. From a platform stance, he's starting with his feet wide and keeping them wide, just as he would with a ball in play. The next progression will put a ball in play, but before you do that, I strongly recommend recording yourself with your phone to check out how well you're executing the different loading and coiling movements all at once. In his fifth progression, Kevin is going to introduce a ball into the equation, but he's not actually going to hit it yet. We call this a dummy toss, and it's a critical stepping stone when developing a new habit for so many of our private coaching students. The ball acts like a trigger for your brain, sucking you right back into old habits. So this dummy toss practice lets you start to break away from those old movements and consciously choose the new ones without having to worry about actually hitting the ball. Whether you're using a pinpoint stance or platform, the goal is to move through your entire motion from beginning to end and toss where you aren't able to hit it so that you can start grooving in your new habits. Next, Kevin is going to toss and actually hit the ball while incorporating everything he's been training. The bending of his knees, coiling of his upper body, driving up and out into the court, and catching his balance on his front foot. It's critical that you don't worry about where the ball is going at this point. Instead, focus all of your mental energy on executing these new lower body movements correctly. Once you get pretty consistent, focus on bringing in a correct kick serve swing path, which we trained in video 1 of this series, and above all, make sure you keep things really slow and smooth at first. That's the end of the drills for day 3, but we have a lot more to cover. Click or tap for day 2 or day 4 now, and also be sure to download the free kick serve action plan.